Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with Justin.
Hey.
John.
Hey.
Man, what a fucking weekend. Great 3 Legacy show. Legends of Hamburg was great as always. Kurt Angle, RVD, Mark Henry,
X-Pac.
Al Snow, X-Pac. Ton of
Talk
people.
to Hailey Morgan. Tell her how much I appreciate her wrestling.
She looked amazing.
Yeah,
Just don't even. Yes, Hailey Morgan looked great for her.
She
age.
did.
yeah.
Yes.
Al Snow was great to work with.
It was fun
Very popular.
hearing people talk about that they, that came out, that wrestler show came out Wednesday. We had him there Saturday. And
Friday
people
and
had already,
Saturday, yeah.
People had already watched it and were commenting about it.
I definitely recommend meeting Al Snow if you have a chance.
I also definitely recommend watching that show if you haven't. I mean, it was amazing. It was captivating. It's such a great reality show, done very, very well.
Yeah.
It's hard for reality television sometimes to catch wrestling the right way, because sometimes maybe it's the wrestlers, they don't want to give everything, sometimes people just need to stay in gimmick. But this was just done well. It told the stories about the real struggles that go on in wrestling.
And it was nice because normally for Peacock, it's a lot of the WWE stuff. It's not as detailed.
That wasn't Peacock. That was Netflix.
Well, I know.
Okay.
But for like WWE stuff, it's not detailed behind the scenes. It's just like they're still trying to keep kayfabe in a way.
Speaking of Peacock, though, I do have a little bit of a gripe with the Kurt Angle documentary. It was not done by WWE, correct? It was done by Peacock.
Yeah.
They glossed over so much. No word about him going to the ECW arena.
With the hanging?
No
Not the
word.
hanging,
The crucifix.
Yeah.
No word about what he did after. I mean, there was a little bit of TNA.
A lot of it was like his Olympic.
And I liked that.
Story,
I really enjoyed that. In fact, that had Amber captivated. That she was really happy that it didn't just start in '96 or '97 after his Olympic career. What is he going to do now? Now he goes
So it's his life story, not his wrestling story.
Yeah, and it's a very, very touching life story. Even shit that he dealt with in WWE. It also jumped around a little. Because like Eddie was dead and then he was alive, and I'm like, oh wait, you said he died, but you jumped the timeline because this is like 2005. He's not dead yet.
He died in 2005.
He died in 2005. Then maybe this was 2004 that they were talking about. Yeah, because they were like they talked about Eddie dying, and then they're showing like him going bald and stuff like that. Like it jumped, and I assume that they just talked about Eddie's death because they're harping on the drug use. Okay, here's where the drug use started, and Eddie Guerrero died from this. I think that's the only correlation they were making. But then they were talking about a tag team match where Eddie's in it. I'm like, what? How the fuck was he in this after he died?
Yeah.
It's the same people who did the Cody one. So it's not A&E.
No, Cody's WWE.
Cody was A&E, I think.
Cody was an A&E biography, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is
It might have been A&E. Yeah.
But they didn't do Kurt Angle's.
I don't know. It wasn't WWE. But yeah, the whole first half was focused on his Olympic career, which was cool. That's why I found out that he actually wrestled Sylvester Terkay.
Yeah. Sylvester, yeah.
He came on the screen, and they said his name, and I was like, nah, like the guy from...
That's his real name?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, that's Sylvester Terkay?
Like the guy that was with Elijah Burke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. I was like, holy shit, why didn't they talk about that?
Why not work that angle in wrestling?
Nope, not at all.
Haha, work that angle.
Yeah. It was weird. But yeah, it was a good documentary. I'm glad I watched it. Gave a little bit of an insight to him and his life.
It wasn't like Sting's where after WCW he retired for 13 years.
No, they
Then showed up in WWE.
But kind of. It did. Like they talked about him leaving WWE and going to TNA.
He mentioned that.
But they didn't really talk about TNA.
Yeah, he mentioned that he spent more time in TNA.
Oh, they also... He just had a wife with no mention of an ex-wife. That was another time.
Oh, no Karen Jarrett? None of that?
That it made it sound like she was with him when he was in WWE, but she wasn't. Like, wait, no, that's TNA. Like,
They glossed over the whole...
Yeah, the whole thing.
So I'm guessing no footage.
Oh, and absolutely no Japan talk. I just realized that. No IWGP Japan talk. They talked about him and Brock, him getting hurt before Mania, then Brock getting hurt in the match.
Yeah.
The shooting star press that he missed.
They said why he wanted to work that match so much was because he had a neighbor with Down syndrome who I guess Kurt was home and he was talking to him, and is the kid, and he was saying how much he was looking forward to Kurt wrestling Brock at WrestleMania and beating him. And he said right after that, he called Vince and said, I'm working this match. We're going to figure this out. And I guess it just took a bunch of injections. But, I mean, moral of the story, he did everything with a broken freaking neck. And he didn't break his neck at the Olympics. He broke his neck at the trials. No, like pre-trials.
Yeah.
So he broke his neck at the, so there's like a tournament
to get into the tournament.
Yeah. So he broke his neck at that tournament and then won it, so that at the next tournament he only had to wrestle once.
The finals.
The person that wins the first tournament only has to wrestle in the finals of that tournament, the second trials. And then the winner of that goes on to the Olympics.
Damn.
And he did all of this with a broken neck.
How was he not like
3 or 4 vertebrae?
Numb or something.
I mean, it shows him. I mean, everybody was saying it's because Kurt has no fucking neck to break. It's all just muscle. The dude's his training was insane. Like, if anybody, I was saying to Amber, I was like, this is why everybody's afraid of this motherfucker. Like, if somebody's gonna fight Brock Lesnar, it was gonna be Kurt Angle, because the dude does not quit. The guy has no quit. Whatever he wants to do, it's like his drug addiction. He decided to quit, and he quit. I mean, he went through rehab to detox, but he decided it, and he did it. Because that was who, through this whole documentary, you saw Kurt Angle is, if I want to do something, I will do it. I wanted to do drugs, so I was doing drugs. I want to be clean, so I'm going to be clean. Whatever he wants to do, he's going to do.
Was it just Percocets, or was he doing other
there's
stuff?
all kinds of concoctions and shit.
But mostly painkillers. It wasn't like heroin or nothing.
Yes, no. It's all pills. He's taking like 60 a day. He was saying like crazy amounts. Like, you should be dead. You're lucky or not. And you've seen so many other wrestlers. His only thing is that he wasn't mixing it. It was like painkillers, alcohol. That's it. If you would have thrown other things on top of there, he probably would be dead. The heart would have exploded, like many of them.
Do they mention that plane ride from hell?
No,
they gloss over that too.
Nothing about
that never
taking down Vince McMahon. No.
It's like a personal Kurt Angle documentary.
That would have been. That is a story. Now you say I didn't think about it. That's a story they should have talked about. Like, Vince McMahon challenged to take him down in a fucking plane, and I did it. That would have been good.
No Daniel Pewter.
Nope, they don't talk about Pewter. I think I told Amber about that too. I was like, he was a bit of a dickhead at this time. Like, this is when he beat the shit out of some kid who was just trying to make it.
From Tough Enough.
He was told to shoot on him, so he shot on him, and then Angle got mad about it because he actually kind of got him.
Yeah, because he made Kurt look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that.
There was a big surprise in WWE lately, and now we know why.
I'll let you finish.
So when the merger happened, what's
TKO.
So they're known as TKO.
Tony Khan organization.
Endeavor is the one that bought WWE.
Endeavor is the conglomerate, or TKO is the conglomerate of Endeavor buying WWE and UFC and making it a whole.
I never thought I'd see the day that WWE would get sold.
Not owned by Vince McMahon anymore.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Nothing has majorly changed. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Not yet.
That we always see this kind of shit.
But we figured there would be there were mention of office cuts.
And there were. I don't have the list of names of people who were in the office. Not that any of us would know them.
Yeah,
There's no big office people like Michael Hayes or Bruce Pritchard or anything like that.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Mark Carano.
And none of the producers or anything.
Who probably should be fired.
But there were some workers that got released. So Justin has the list.
21 of them, I think he said, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say something they have next to them who they are or what they are. I don't know what NIL is. Could that be the office people? Because I have Daniel MacArthur, Kevin Ventura Cortez, Alexis Gray and Brooklyn Barlow, not Brooklyn Brawler.
It might be Office people.
But it says NIL.
It might be.
I don't know what that would stand for, but I've never heard any of those names.
Oh, they're not NXT people?
No, because NXT. Here's my next NXT.
Oh,
NXT is Yulissa Leon. Is that how you say her first name? Yulissa. Bryson Montana, Quincy Elliott, who
Quincy was
really being pushed for a small time.
He was the Viscera type. Like, he came out in that attire.
He was with. It looked like he was getting a push around Shotzi. Like Shotzi was really pulling for him or something. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like they were always together and shit, and then
I don't think I know who
just
that is.
died out. I don't know what you want to call this guy. Dabakato, Commander Aziz.
Oh yeah,
Babatunda.
The guy that was with Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing on his own NXT.
It
Nothing.
says NXT, but I don't know.
I haven't seen him.
Shanky? Who's Shanky?
He just wrestled in India.
He was-
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah.
He's the
was a-
lengthy guy.
Okay.
Original one of Jinder's guys.
Yeah,
And then they
okay.
broke him off and he was solo. And then what he's doing.
The two that I'm probably most upset about in reality, because I think they had a great future, Mason Mansoor. I think those were
Mason Mansoor.
I think that was
So-
you're
Masse
looking at me,
or whatever he
You're
is.
looking at me like I'm joking,
No, but
but I think they had the most potential to be something like
Vince loved them.
We can skip ahead and say like, okay, yes, Dolph Ziggler got released. Dolph has been there for fucking
20
Nine-
years.
He has
19
made
years,
his
yeah.
money. Not that I want to see anybody get fired, but he reached his peak. He was never getting over any more than he ever did.
He was never going to be a main eventer again.
No,
he was never going to be
never.
a star. He was.
But it's like, why not? He's been there so long.
I
Why
would love
not?
to, but now, and we'll talk about this after. But I'm actually glad he got released because he's not going to struggle for money.
No.
He's not going to
He's
have
doing
to
his
make
comedy stuff.
He's going to do that, and then whenever he decides to wrestle, he'll be a
The Nemeth
fucking
brothers.
draw.
what's it going to say?
Not even that.
What do we say all the time? What's it going to say next to its name? Former WWE
Yep.
superstar.
Mustafa Ali, which was surprising because he was getting a push. You said he was just supposed to wrestle Dom for the NXT title.
So back to Mason and Mansoor. Mansoor posted a video saying that he got released, but it had so much charisma in it.
They're good, man. They're fucking good.
He was so happy, and he had so much personality in that. He was funny. He was, Vince loved them. He mentioned on Twitch that Vince would help them and laugh with them about
I think they were
Coaching their
fucking-
gimmick. Yeah.
They were like
they did well
they were
with that
like
gimmick.
Rick Martel plus Fandango plus Fandango and Breeze together when they were, what were they called?
Well, like the investigators. Or
Yeah, the
whatever.
investigator
Fashion
shit.
Police.
Yeah, Fashion
Fashion
Police.
Police.
Right. Yes, that. It's like that three put together as a group. I thought they had a world of potential.
Mansoor
And,
was so positive.
Not saying they don't have a world of potential from here on out. I hope they stay together. I hope they don't go their separate ways because I don't think one will do well without the other. But if they stick together.
I don't know if
they'll
he was kidding or not, but
be good. Sorry.
Mansoor said that he was never on TV because he had in his contract he wasn't allowed to lose on TV
No, I'm sure not.
because of the Saudi Arabian deal. So they never put him on TV because he couldn't lose.
I don't think so.
So I don't know if he was just like,
So Mustafa Ali.
That hurts. That's a big one.
I liked him.
Again, though, I think he has a world of potential to go elsewhere.
I think
especially out of the States.
Out of everybody, I think Ali will do the indie run.
I think we'll see Ali in New Japan. I think Ali joins Bullet Club. Or, even better, the United Empire.
I think he's gonna do what Cody did and just run into the indies.
No. That's got to be what Dolph does. Dolph's got to go down a list now. He's got to do the list. Because if there's anybody that deserves that, well, you've been at fucking WWE forever, so none of these guys have had a chance to work you. So I know that obviously he won't be at Wrestle Dream, but holy fuck, that's who should be at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, it's 90 days.
Yeah.
And Dolph is friends with Cardona.
Yeah, who's not?
I'm saying about Cardona could I could help you get some bookings or some
I
matches.
think he needs help. I don't think he needs help.
In my mind, if you release somebody, why hold them to 90 days?
It shouldn't be. Yeah, you should.
If
they
you ask
quit,
for
that's
your
one thing,
release,
yeah.
hey, I want to get released to my contract, then wait out 90 days. But if you release them,
Speaking of, this has not been reported as far as I know, But Joe Gacy yesterday posted a picture of the four of them of Schism, and it was a heart and a peace sign.
Yeah, so Grizzled Young Vets are gone.
They are gone? They
Yes.
got their release?
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen
They
that
weren't
confirmed.
listed as they got released a little bit ago. Yeah.
They had
okay.
asked for it and were told no.
Well, why was it just yesterday that he
and then
posted it?
they got released anyway.
Rave, what's her name? Simone.
Oh, Rockstar.
She's been posting.
Oh.
Actually, no, they didn't get released. Their contract ran out.
So
That's
they
what it
didn't
did.
grant them the release. They let their contract run.
Yeah, and
It was like July or something.
Yeah.
But when a contract runs out, does that still have a 90-day?
I have no idea
I
how
don't
this
know.
works.
Because didn't that happen with Alistair? Didn't he have his contract run out and he showed up?
And NXT is like 30 days, isn't it? It's less than main roster.
Yeah. Dana Brooke,
Again, that's another one who's been there a
She's
while.
been there forever.
she has. And I think, unfortunately for her, I think her taking so much time off, not saying that she didn't deserve it, when her fiance, I believe they weren't married, he died. He choked. Do you not remember this?
I knew he died. I didn't know what from.
Yeah, he
But,
choked. Choked on like something and like died.
oh, jeez.
I think her taking so much time off for that, not faulting her, I think that hurt her career because it was right in the middle of her getting a push.
I feel like the highlight of
And then
her career-
didn't she slip?
No,
at Mania?
Mandy slipped.
Oh, Mandy slipped. But was Mandy tagging with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The highlight of her career is the 24/7. Unfortunately,
I thought she was good. I thought she was. They were trying to make her a new Beth Phoenix.
I was just gonna say
she
Beth
didn't have the
Phoenix,
same skill set as Beth Phoenix.
Or promo. She really didn't.
Yeah, but I liked her. I never hated anything she did. I liked
Dana
her.
Brooke, yeah. And what hurt her was she's not Becky or Charlotte.
Released for like the 800th time, but we'll probably see him back like in 3 months. Shelton Benjamin. the dude's like, all right,
He's
sure,
like Goldust.
I'll take a vacation. I'll come back in a little when you need somebody to,
How cool would
to
it
put
be
somebody over.
to get World's Greatest Tag Team together?
I don't even know if Charlie Hustles wrestles.
He does. I think him and his son wrestled.
I think
I mean, not even just wrestling though. Like meeting the world like together. Like,
I think Shelton Benjamin's been around long enough that he's a guy who needs to get hired for your promotion.
as like a producer,
Yes.
agent.
Yeah, not a talent. Yeah, you need him backstage. Tony Khan would be smart to scoop him up to work with people.
Like Big Show, Mark Henry, backstage
Yeah.
guy. Work with the young
another
ones.
WWE hire.
Oh, of course. That's what everything. Any of these guys show up in AEW. That's what you're going to hear. But whatever.
Look,
That's the first thing I heard about Dolph was, oh, his brother's there. He'll just go with his brother in AEW.
I don't think he needs that. Not right now. Obviously, he should. I'm sure it's a check off his list. He wants to do.
yeah, I think
But
that'd be a nice wind
There's so
down.
many people. I mean,
That roster is massive.
But I mean, even if he signs with AEW, he can still do that stuff.
yeah.
He can go other places. But I think that's definitely on his bucket list before he actually hangs up the boots. I mean, his brother looks like him. So,
Yeah. When he cuts his hair.
yeah.
Top dollar. I'm pretty sure Michael Cole contributed to that release.
Yeah, they kept bashing him.
I think that was an inside. I think they were probably cool with each other, and he was just like, "Fuck it, who cares?"
I'm not sure why he released one. Just give her that whole team.
Maybe they have plans for the rest of
without
them.
Swerve, they're not.
Well, yeah. Once that, that
you brought
died
him-
back then.
Brought him back without
That
Swerve and
yeah,
did
that
nothing
did.
with
Yeah,
him.
that died back then.
Swerve was the final piece of that.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the other two.
Just split them up and just give them new identities. Emma, who had just also is another one who just got
She got
re-signed.
released in the last
Yeah.
mass, and then they brought her back. And
Funny story. Emma posted on social media.
Yeah.
She
That
wants
she-
her handle back.
Oh no, I thought you were going to post that she posted that because she's Australian, and when they announced that
Oh,
they
yeah.
were doing TLC
No, Chamber.
Chamber in Australia, she posted it and like coming
Dream,
back to
my dream. Or
yeah,
whatever.
coming back to Australia, whatever, and then
Couple hours
when she
later.
got released, she was like, "Never mind."
No, but Emma posted that I guess there's a fan page that has Tennille Dashwood as their Instagram handle. And she was like, somebody please get a hold of them. I want my handle back.
oh,
I actually thought she was thriving on the Indies, and
Yeah.
she went to Japan, from what I remember.
she was an Impact, wasn't she?
She was an Impact as Tennille Dashwood. And I think that's why they brought her back. They were afraid she was going to go do that in AEW. So I don't see her struggling again. And now she can do it with the next guy, Riddick Moss. They're married, right? Not just engaged.
Are they just dating?
Riddick Moss?
Riddick Moss, yeah.
Aren't they just dating? Or are they married?
I think they're married.
Oh, I mean,
either way, they've been together for a while.
Riddick Moss. I can't put a face to a name.
He's Tony
Was
Nese.
he Otis?
Nah, he's Tony Nese.
Baron Corbin's guy.
He's Tony Nese.
Madcap Moss.
He's Tony Nese.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
He's not as I shouldn't. I was gonna say skillful. Well, that's not the truth. He's not as 205 live-ish as
Short?
Tony Nese. Yeah, short as Tony Nese.
So
Wasn't he that Tino Sabatelli's partner in NXT?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was on OVW and is wrestling Jack Vaughn for the OVW World Championship.
And was in that video with Mandy Rose.
I don't know. I still don't know that.
Jesse Goddard is an OVW.
That's Sabatelli.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was from Impact, like the Robbie.
No. Robbie E is no. That's not.
Okay.
Robbie
Not
E.
all Italian people are the same. God damn it.
No, but it was
Robbie E. in
and
NXT.
yeah.
No,
I don't know what
I
he's
thought-
doing now.
Oh,
Yeah,
is he not in WWE anymore?
Isn't he
know.
managing?
I thought he was in NXT.
thought he had a group.
Well, he was the male model guy. He started with them, wasn't he?
He was with Chelsea.
Oh,
Yeah, I
But
thought he
then
had
when
a group
Chelsea
in
got moved
NXT.
up, I
fuck
don't
was
know.
his name though? I can't remember it now.
Robert Stone.
Oh, okay.
Was that his name in
Yeah.
NXT? He had a group, didn't he?
Yeah.
Does he not have that anymore?
I don't know.
I don't watch NXT.
I-
I really don't.
I don't-
Nobody on there I give a shit about.
I don't think
hard.
Riddick Moss won't do well. I just don't. Out of like the main guys,
He looks really good. He
But
looks like
I
$1
don't-
million though.
in terms of like indie work, if any of them would go to indies, I don't think he'd get as much.
He looks like $1 million. And
again,
he's got former WWE
What's the poster
superstar.
going to say? His face in the front.
Yeah. And he looks amazing.
And especially if he brings his hot wife.
That's not even.
Well, I'm saying for the guys who...
But I mean, go to AEW. You got a bunch of like couple matches you can have. We don't need to have intergender titles now. We can have Juice and Tony.
Add to the titles.
What?
Add to the titles.
Adam and Britt.
Adam and Britt. When Cody and Brandy eventually go
You
back.
got
When Zelina Vega gets released, her and Alistair.
you got
Kenny and Sheeta, if that's real. We
But they don't acknowledge that on camera, no.
yeah.
Well, they don't acknowledge Tony and Juice either.
You got Julia Hart and Lee Johnson.
Oh, I didn't know they were together.
Yep, they're getting married.
Lee Johnson. Who's Lee Johnson?
Lee Moriarty.
Oh, I was gonna say, you mean Lee Moriarty?
Yeah, I was going to say the real thin...
Lee
black guy.
Johnson.
Red, green
I
hair.
guess he's going
or
by
green
now.
or
Yeah.
red. I don't know. Somebody's
Yeah.
there.
So they're getting married actually.
Who's Sky Blue with? Isn't she with somebody?
Aussie.
Oh yeah. So that's. I mean,
one of
he
the Aussie
works
guys.
AEW enough.
There's enough.
Yeah,
of them.
I'm telling you, he has intergender titles.
6-man tag.
Not intergender, mixed tag.
Mixed
That's what I
tag,
should be
yeah.
saying. Yeah, mixed tag. Got enough couples titles. I mean, they're good.
When Natalia gets released, her and Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd won't wrestle again.
Jungle Boy and what's her name?
Is Jungle Boy still there? And who the fuck is he with?
Anna Jay.
Oh,
Jack Perry and Anna Jay.
Sammy.
oh,
and,
Sammy and Tay.
when she
Ty
has
Conti,
the baby.
Tay
yeah.
Mello.
When she comes back after the baby. Yeah.
All right, so Rick Boggs, Boogs, however you say it.
That one. Did he do anything besides the guitar thing?
No, but again, he looks really good.
He does.
And he has charisma out the ass.
He does.
Yeah.
Which is surprising that they didn't do anything.
I mean, he got over just playing Shinsuke's theme
That's
on the
what I
way to
mean.
the ring.
Like,
Yeah, charisma out the ass, and he looks like $1 million. Yeah, he'll be fine.
I liked him.
I think I honestly there's not a lot of people here that are going to
they're going to struggle.
The NXT people.
Yeah, the NXT people are going to struggle the most, but hopefully they go and can show their talent. Aaliyah, she's been there for fucking ever. Did she get released and brought back?
I think so.
Yeah, and then she got hurt, and she hasn't been on TV in a while.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
She was
Remember,
wrestling
'cause
Shotzi
she's one of
a
those
while.
autographs we found in that book we got. Remember? And it was
Yeah.
like, Aaliyah, was she there then? I didn't even know.
Yeah. She was wrestling Shotzi a while.
But I think
a
she
while.
was like Chelsea, like she got hurt, she was
Yeah.
out, she came back, got hurt, and it was like, oh my gosh, this girl.
And we got Elias / Ezekiel.
Yeah, he
the rest of the
he
family.
confirmed that he was Ezekiel.
Didn't Owens tweet out, I knew it or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That's good. He has gotten a little weird. lately. It's not a gimmick. I don't think he's like super religious now. Maybe he'll join the righteous.
I didn't know, like, he hasn't been on TV in a while. I thought he was injured, but I guess he's
I don't
just
know
been
what's going on
the
with him.
outs.
Yeah, I don't know. He's been like posting this stuff, like he went to like Jerusalem and got baptized in a river. And
Again, he also looks great.
he does.
Oh, yeah.
He does. He looks like $1 million.
I didn't know why they didn't put him and Rick Boogs together. They both play guitar. I mean,
They look the same. They
put all the black guys in a group.
The new Gemini twins or the new Bashams.
I mean, they always put all the people together who look the same.
I know.
I feel like Elias was the better worker.
I liked Elias.
Out of who?
Him and
Him and
Boogs.
Ezekiel.
Him and Boogs.
We never got to see Boogs really work though.
Hey, there's a
Like, we
tag
never
team
got to
with
see a
Shinsuke.
huge storyline where he showed his potential and really got out there.
I think when he was
one on one, like
he
we
got
never saw
hurt, too.
that like maybe him and Rollins. What could he do with Rollins? That should be a measuring stick. Like, okay, we're gonna give you a Raw match with Rollins. If you can make that look good, we'll keep you. They should start doing that. All right. Here's the list of guys that are getting released for the next couple weeks. You all are going to work with Rollins, and let's see what you do.
or Cody.
I'm over it.
Well, think about how no one really...
I will say
Cody's been quiet.
Cody's schedule. I just saw today that he is
yeah.
working like
9 shows in like 4
days. He's flying from like Montreal to Chicago, back to like
New
Quebec
York.
or something, then back. So he goes from Canada to America, back to Canada to America. Yeah,
all
he's
for
working-
house shows? You're all
I
working
don't
house
know.
shows?
Working 9
it's
shows
like a
in
whole
4
list.
days.
Yes, 9 shows in 4 days. There's
Damn.
a bunch of
when
like
the hell's
travel.
he going to sleep?
Hey, I mean,
on the plane.
Kurt Angle can do it. He won an Olympic gold medal. with a broken
Cody has
freaking
been
neck.
kind of quiet though.
Oh, he has, and he's on fucking TV every week bitching about something. Take his fucking mic away. And then the big one is Dolph Ziggler, which I think is
That's unfortunate.
I'm super happy that it got released. I'm sorry.
I mean-
We'll get to actually see matches that we want to see out of him. It sucks that it didn't happen 5 years ago, because him getting released 5 years ago could have meant he's already been a 2-time AEW champion.
Yeah.
You know, we would have got better. He's getting older. I don't think he's slowed down at all.
He still looks
He's slowed
great.
down his work on TV because he's not on TV as much. But when he is, it's always still good.
It's unfortunate because he's been there for 19 years.
It's amazing, though. That's amazing. It's not unfortunate. It's amazing. Oh, well, that's right. There's still more.
He's a good hand.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a world champion. He's a former world champion.
2-time.
Multi-time Intercontinental. Got to be like 5
Yeah.
at this point, right?
U.S.
Tag champions
Yeah.
with
Grand
at
Slam.
least one.
Yeah. NXT champ.
Oh yeah, NXT
Yeah.
champ. Who did he hold other tag belts besides him and Bobby Roode?
Spirit Squad maybe.
Oh no, I don't think so. Was Spirit Squad ever fucking world
Yeah,
tag
They were
champions?
tag champ. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, all
That doesn't
5 of them
count. I don't-
technically were
I don't
tag
count
champs.
that. Fuck that.
Him and-
Freebird rule. They all were champions.
Him and Rude, and then weren't him and Miz at one point?
I don't think so.
I know they had that thing with the IC belt, but
Yeah. So then we got another guy from NXT. This one I don't know. Ikman Jiro.
yeah.
Ike Manjiro. He was with what's his name? The guy you like. Back to the Future.
Oh, Kushida.
Yeah, they were a tag team.
Oh, okay. Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Oh, really? That sucks. He
But
was good. I liked him.
Now that once Kushida left, he sort of had like
Okay.
they didn't know what to do with him. He's sort of been off TV, I think.
He reminds me of Yamato from New Japan.
What was it? Didn't they have a name in NXT? What was their tag team name?
That I wouldn't know.
Didn't they have a
I have
name?
no idea. I haven't watched NXT since Black and Gold.
I could not remember Kushida. I could picture the orange vest. I just couldn't remember his name.
And now the biggest one, the big thing is Matt Riddle, who was not released due to budget cuts, released because of him having some kind of issues.
Although I'm sure they did save money releasing him. I'm sure he made some big bucks.
So was it
yeah.
because of the airport thing, or was it? Just
I think it's the
backstage
airport
stuff?
thing, but I think they found out that he was drunk.
again.
And
Oh yeah, he was drunk at the airport, and then
I mean, being drunk at an airport is a big fucking deal, especially when you work for WWE.
Yeah.
That's like being drunk at an event, pretty much. The moment you start traveling for them, you're on the clock, pretty much. You're them.
on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big deal.
You
That's
represent
different
them.
than driving from the bar to your house and getting pulled over for your DUI. That's you're out. You're in public eye.
Yeah.
The fans are seeing you. There's no denying you're Matt Riddle, especially because he probably dresses in bright fucking colors when he's at the airport too.
Probably reeks of
He was
weed.
probably on a
Yeah.
skateboard or a scooter.
So, yeah, to me that is a big deal. Airport, that's a huge no-no.
Did they ever find out the other guy's
so
allegations true? Did they ever find anything more about it?
Nothing.
I
Things
think,
come
I think
about
that's
yet.
why he got released. I assume they found out that it wasn't. It was him being drunk. I mean, we don't know. Well, everything comes out later.
But
You
this
never
isn't
know.
the first time that Riddle's
It's
gotten in
not.
trouble.
It's not. I don't know. What does he do from here? I can't say I care.
MMA.
Personally, I don't. I liked his MMA career much more than I liked his wrestling career. I'm not saying I don't like him. He has personality, but he's like Pat McAfee. Like, do I really want to see Pat McAfee wrestle? No. But god damn it, I want to see him on my TV. He's good. He's funny. He's entertaining. Same with Riddle.
Riddle was like this generation's RVD. Not wrestling wise.
Because of weed?
Yeah,
'Cause
the
it
whole-
sure as fuck was not talent.
No, I mean the whole like whatever dude, like that kind of laid back.
I think if him and Orton didn't do that, he would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah. I
And that was
Orton,
also to save them. Look, we're paying this guy no matter what. We got to fucking get some money out of him here.
Orton was saving
And
him.
RK Bro really just took off.
Orton was to Riddle like Triple H was to Orton.
Yeah.
Not maybe
Well,
Riddle
it sucks
didn't
because
have
we
as
saw
much
the
trouble.
we
but
saw the pictures of Orton coming to the performance center.
Mm-hmm.
So he's obviously working out to try to get back in the ring.
I feel like a major reason for those budget cuts was Jade Cargill.
I don't think so.
She doesn't cost that much.
I don't know.
And you got to remember that this is a
CM
brand
Punk.
new company. No, I don't think there's any reason for it. It's a company. A new company has taken over, and they're looking at everything with a fine tooth comb in there.
I
They're
think-
going to go through everything. Okay, this Dolph Ziggler, we're paying this much money. He's been here 19 years, but the last 2 years he hasn't been on TV more than a handful of times. Why the fuck are we paying him? Let him go.
But I think Jade is a pretty penny.
I don't
But the
think
people
so.
from NXT they released, what are they saving? Pennies.
So that's the next. I guess that's a segue into the next big news coming out is that Jade Cargill has officially signed a multi-year deal with WWE and then showed up to the Performance Center Monday. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was the worst kept secret, I guess. Everyone knew where she was going.
I mean,
no, she
Cody.
said-
Everybody knew Cody was going to show up that year at Mania,
But-
but we didn't know.
Jade said there's no other place she'd rather work than AEW because she was so happy and Tony is great to work
Yeah,
with.
it's all
you know.
fucking bullshit. Yeah.
How do they even
I mean,
let her go? I don't know.
let's say 200,000 compared to 600,000. You're gonna take the money. Jade lost one match in AEW, 2 matches in AEW. I mean,
It's the same person.
She looks great. You know,
I liked her. I know she started out, she was rough, but she got better.
You got to also understand they're going to look at it as one of the greatest wrestlers and critiquers of wrestlers of this day and age was working with her and training her and showing her what the good things to do in pro wrestling and what the bad things to do in pro wrestling. They hear that she's been working with Brian. Anybody should want her on their team.
Brian from AEW and Cody from WWE. I'm sure
Well,
Cody.
I
had
don't know
a
if she
hand.
was working with Cody. Cody was just a big. She had her first big moment with Cody. She had her debut with Cody and Shaq.
But-
I mean, right there, that's a good. Hey, one of your top stars and a global icon of sports. I had my first televised match with.
Well, but I mean, I'm sure Cody was hyping her
And
up
Red
as well.
Who? Whatever happened to her?
Like-
right? It was Red Velvet.
Yeah. Like Cody, I'm sure was
She
talking
has
to
a
Triple
figure
H.
that I see a lot in stores.
She has a shelf warmer.
Jade looks great. I'm not a fan of her in ring.
I've been saying she looks great and she works good. She's
Yeah,
gotten
she's
better.
gotten way better.
So the fact that
She's better than
she-
Charlotte.
Let's not forget, she's
I
only been
agree.
wrestled like a year.
Yeah,
Jeez.
she's better than Charlotte. I'm sorry.
No, not a year. She's relatively new though.
Maybe 2 years.
2 years.
She's still pretty.
So going from AEW to WWE
With no house
within,
shows,
like,
though.
2
They don't do
years.
house shows. So all of her work has been televised. There's no Goldberg
thrown to the wolves.
Yeah,
Basically.
she had a real streak. Obviously, in wrestling, that doesn't mean anything, but she had a real continuous run on TV as a big name in less than 2 years.
Yeah, why does
2 years, whatever it is.
AEW only signs her for a short term? Why not sign her for?
Well, because when the initial contract is obviously going to get signed because they don't know.
It's like a football team. Tony does
Like a
the
rookie
contracts.
deal.
Like
Yeah,
a
what would
football
you
team.
sign? Well, why would you sign her for more than that when she hasn't even? So before she even goes on TV with Cody and Shaq, you think they're going to sign her to 5 years? We don't even know what the fuck she can do yet.
We'll give you 2 years.
They didn't have Brian at that time, so they didn't know they'd had anybody to really work with people. Their developmental at that point was the fucking Nightmare Factory. What do you think? QT's going to get the fucking shits out of her? No, sorry, that ain't going to happen.
And I don't think she was on Dark a lot either. She
she went right to it. Yeah.
But
If she was on Dark, it was a squash match to get somebody else on TV.
think about it. You have a rookie, right? You look great. Let's see what you can do. I'll sign you to 2 years for like 80,000. Like that's what you do. And then if they want to resign, you sign them for more. Obviously,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a rookie contract. Yeah, yes, obviously they should have signed her for more years. In hindsight,
like MJF, he was already a name from MLW, and so
no, he wasn't.
I think his
You didn't know him.
I
You
had no
saw
idea who
him
he
that
was.
one
saw
time I
him,
showed you MLW.
yeah.
That's it. You didn't know him
I
until
had no
you
idea
saw
who
him
he
on
was.
on AEW television.
But like when AEW,
You didn't
first
know.
started,
You don't remember that you saw him at All In, the first one when we watched it at my house. You
Or
don't remember that.
Backstage with Samoa Joe and WWE.
Yeah, you don't remember that. He wasn't a name.
when AEW first started. I'm sure the only people they gave like 5-6 year contracts to were Jericho,
Omega. Well, the Elite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when Big Show, Mark Henry, those guys. Because
Well, those would be stupid to let go because you get more than you don't get an on-screen talent. Guys like that, the Mark Henrys and the Jerry Lynn's, the Dean Malenkos, the Big Show, those guys you want for long term because you want them to mold. They can't mold your next crop in 10 years if they're only signed to 2 years. Why would they give a fuck about your 5-year plan if they're only signed to 2 years? But if you sign them for 10 years, they will mold and they will give you all the shit you need when that time comes, when Kenny Omega needs to start wrestling 2 or 3 times a year, and Bucks, even though we're already there, have already fucking wrestled everybody they could possibly wrestle
100 times each.
So those are the guys you
Eventually,
want.
Jericho's 50. He's got to start to slow down.
You
at
didn't
some
have
point.
Brian at first. Now having Brian, I think, is a great.
I feel like when he signed Brian, it was a decent.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian said he wants to retire next year, though. So
Yeah, well, he's already retired and come back. It's all bullshit.
So, speaking of NXT, I know nobody watches, but did you guys see the vignettes
Somebody clicking a remote?
for Pillman Jr.?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's definitely Pillman. What makes it Pillman?
It's a Bengals game,
Okay.
and then the other one is WCW Saturday Night.
That makes me smile.
But you don't see his dad, but
that's
there's
good.
lots of like
That's good.
hints, and then you don't see Pillman
That's
Jr.
good.
You just see the remote,
They do. They got to do this.
and then
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
but it's
God damn it. That's
but you don't
good.
see his dad, just like a Bengals game.
Ooh, maybe he'll be the one that takes on Dom. And he'll win
So I'm
the
hoping that they keep his name, then that they'll
2 second gens.
work that angle.
I'm so confused why, with all of these second generation talents that they have, and I know they don't really like. Von Wagner is what Wade Bloom's kid, and they don't really acknowledge it.
Well, because he wasn't Wayne Bloom, he was
Right.
Bo Beverly or whatever he was.
But just they don't even have to acknowledge it. There's also one of the big like trucker dudes. I don't remember their names. You know who I'm talking about though? The redneck guys. Isn't he a second gen guy?
I don't know which rednecks guys.
Yeah, they wear flannel.
I think we talked about that before. Yeah, we were
So
surprised.
why Legacy? I still love Legacy. I think that really would have worked if they would have been done right. Mix Legacy with Nexus, and now you have the perfect combination of we're royalty. We are wrestling royalty.
I mean, you
we,
had Husky.
we have it in our blood. Well, yeah, but that was an Axel. And
Axel.
is Axel still there? What does he do?
Producer.
Oh, so he's there. He could be their fucking mouthpiece.
I was actually going to mention, like, the thing that I feel like hurt McGillicuddy was everybody was comparing him to his dad.
It's like they didn't want to give him the name, but they kept fucking reverencing his dad.
it was like, oh, he's not as good as his dad. He's not as good as his dad. Well, yeah.
Well, I think it was cool when he won the white IC title on Father's Day.
Yeah.
That was cool.
He was a Heyman guy.
Yeah. Well, I just think there's so many like second gen or even third or fourth gens. Fucking, I don't know. Didn't we figure out? Isn't Sloan? What's her name? Simone.
Her shoot name is
Rock's daughter is the first fourth gen.
Yes.
So why can't they get all these people together and make a fucking second gen or wrestling royalty and fucking have Cody lead the fucking heels?
There's more than one.
Yeah.
Royal family.
Exactly. There's more than one. There's all of these, and we're fucking taking this shit over. I just think a lot of like this talent is wasted with second gen. I think for wrestling fans, we like it when it's like, oh, that guy's that kid. Yeah, not everybody might know who the fucking dad is, but you know, there's kids right now who don't know who Mr. Perfect was. So fuck it.
Probably kids that don't give a shit who Bob Orton was.
They're not going to care that they don't know the dad because they know the kid. Guys like us are going to care. They're going to be like, oh man, that's so cool. Like they're doing this thing. I don't know.
I said that to my son. Like he didn't know who Mr. Perfect was, but I used to watch his dad wrestle when I was a kid.
Do that. Add Charlotte, and then when Benoit debuts, put him in there.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
They can acknowledge him.
I just think Brian Pillman would be a good one to lead that regime too.
I don't understand why some they hype it up and they keep it like Brian Pillman and Randy Orton.
Are they? They're hyping it up, but is he going to use the name? You think?
I don't know. So I'm hoping since they're.
I think
if he doesn't come out with the
tiger trunks or whatever.
No, the shirt, the fucking one eye shirt, the classic Pillman shirt.
Oh yeah.
Then he's not going to get the push as a second generation star. But if he comes out with a vest, or he comes out with the shirt,
or with a gun,
or with the fucking glasses, the cross glasses, or a cane or something. I mean, God, there's so much I would love to see.
I feel like the tiger trunks are the most.
I don't like the tiger trunks.
Flying Brian.
That's Flying Brian. It's not the best.
But
it's not the Pillman WWE had.
No.
Unfortunately, WWE did not get the best version because he'd had that accident, which just took away his speed.
But they did, though. They got the best performance version of Brian Pillman ever.
The best promo.
Because Flying Brian was too much of a fucking white meat babyface for the person that Brian Pillman was. Because he was an asshole. Oh, well. Deal with it. And when we got that Four Horsemen Pillman with all the shit, that was Pillman. That was good Pillman. And then we got the ECW Pillman. Then we got the Loose Cannon Pillman. That was him. We just didn't get the performance, or the wrestling, but the performance of that Pillman was the best.
Hollywood Blondes was the first hint of his.
That's good. That was a good heel work because that was a guy who, at this point, it was super smiling, slapping, kissing babies, and all this shit. And now he's a heel.
Well, like him, what Stone Cold said, they just went like, "We got nothing else for you guys, but your team now. Just sort of go,
okay, and we'll make it work."
So then they both were like, "Well, screw you. We're gonna."
Well, maybe that will happen with Junior. I don't think. A lot of people on the internet give shit that, oh, well, why are they picking Junior? I think he's good. I think he's good. I think he needs to be molded. But on the WWE umbrella, that can be done.
Yeah. I feel like he was held back a little bit in AEW.
I don't know if he was held back. With such
a big tag team.
I think Varsity Club, or what was it called? Varsity Blondes was a good idea. I just think they were a tag team lost amongst a sea of tag teams.
Yeah.
Well, and Garrett was.
Yeah.
You know.
Why can't Braun Breaker be Rick Steiner Jr.?
They don't have to be Rick Steiner Jr. You don't have to call them that.
Well, whatever his real name is, like, why can't he be that? But
because their real name is Rick Steiner.
Yeah, Rick Steiner.
It's a fucking terrible last name.
But I mean, I think it'd be a shoot name, whatever. But
I don't know his real.
It's like some they do, like Von Wagner. Some they change and don't acknowledge, and some they keep and acknowledge.
Yeah.
Like McGillicuddy, that was Curtis Axel. I don't know why they do that. Why does it either go all in or go all out? Like it's either.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
get why I understood the Curtis Axel part. Kurt Hennig, Larry the Axe.
Yeah, I know I understood that,
but the Michael McGillicuddy, honestly, it's funny. I heard he was second gen, and when he first showed up, and this was what I was not watching the product, and I only read things, and I saw his name, Michael McGillicuddy, and I heard that he was second gen. I immediately thought Beulah. I was like, oh, this is Tommy and Beulah's kid? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Makes sense.
Oh, wow, okay.
How long until Charlotte beats Jade?
Stay far away from each other. Another thing about Jade is like she was Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair was here's the black little girl.
Strong.
You know, you can look up as a little black girl, you can look up to this person. But Jade was also that. Even as a heel, she was still that. Mm-hmm. Now you have them both. Well, what now? What?
And Jade didn't really do a whole lot of talking.
Well, I know she had Sterling.
Yeah. So maybe
she had Sterling.
The
and she had that group with her, didn't she?
White guy with the neck brace on.
Sterling.
Mark Sterling.
Yeah, that's the guy from the major podcast.
At one point, she had
and she had those two girls with her, didn't she?
MJ. Oh, really? Yeah. Stokely Hathaway?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. And she had those girls, didn't she? Have a little group.
Well, it was
the baddies. It was different everywhere she went.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had. I don't remember the Stokely Hathaway thing. I remember she had Sterling.
Towards the end, I think it was.
No, because Sterling's the one that came out and said she's beaten everybody. Nobody can beat her. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Statlander. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember Stokely being with her. Because Stokely was with. What does he even work there anymore?
He works.
Because now Bill is doing something else.
Yeah.
Like, how comes they never acknowledged Bray as second gen? When he passed away, they did, but on air,
I think at first they might have.
even Husky Harris, they didn't.
I think when he was Husky, I think they did.
You can't as Bray. The best you could say is wrestling is in his blood type thing. That's the best you could
Bo
do.
Dallas, they never acknowledged was second gen.
Would you want to? Yeah, that's my kid. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you used to believe.
I love it. I'm just joking.
But just, I'm just saying, it's weird how they pick and choose. How they,
yeah. So, also, big news. We don't know what's coming of it. The Rock came back. Does it mean anything? Who fucking knows?
I didn't.
Did they do anything? He was not. There's no mention of it on SmackDown this week. That was 2 weeks ago. There was no mention of it this week on SmackDown.
Did he come out when Jimmy was in the ring? Or
he came out. No, it was.
He was on the Grayson Waller show?
It was no. It was Theory, and it was Pat McAfee, and then he came out.
Good for Theory. If this leads to you get to wrestle,
well, I said
Cena.
It's Cena. If they do anything, it can be like Cena and Rock versus Grayson Waller and Theory. I did give you the scenario of what could be. I think Dolph was in there, so it's obviously not going to be Dolph. Remember, I said like a passing of the guard thing, like guys, young heels versus the old guard of the faces, and I said Dolph was one of them. Well, that ain't happening. Orton coming back maybe, but that was just a Survivor Series pitch because it's coming up. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Grayson Waller and Theory versus Rock and Cena would be great.
Yeah,
Rock's got to make money somehow with the strike.
I've seen
Cena's back.
What's next? The Saudi show?
Hell in a Cell probably.
There's another Saudi show. They just had one.
Well, that was like India. A house show. That wasn't
India. That was
Elimination Chamber
pay-per-view.
Is going to be at like 6 a.m. By the way.
Yeah, 6 a.m. on like Saturday.
Australia.
Oh, gosh. And that's not this month.
No, October is Hell in a Cell.
I think it's
because November Survivor Series, and
I can tell you, I think October is Hell in a Cell because the Hell in a Cell happened in October. Like the Kane one, that happened in October. So
and I remember they usually do the pink ropes for
and Elimination Chamber is after between Rumble is February.
Yeah,
because remember it was
whoever doesn't win
Sami
the Rumble
Zayn one.
Whatever. If a Raw guy wins the Rumble, then SmackDown.
The only way I can remember it now is because Sami Zayn and Roman.
How many more times are we going to see Judgment Day versus Kevin, Sammy, Cody?
Yeah, what is it? So Jay, Sammy, Cody.
Yeah.
Cena and
Kevin.
AJ is what it's supposed to be.
Oh no, Cena. Yeah, Cena and AJ now. Yeah,
at War Games supposed to be 6 and 6.
Oh, 6.
Jesus, it's supposed to be
Cena,
Cody, Cena, AJ, Kevin, Sammy, and
Cody.
Jay.
I said Cody.
Oh, Jay. Yeah.
Versus Roman, Solo, Jimmy, and Judgment Day.
Oh, really?
6 and 6. That's going to go for like an hour and a half.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think for the past 2 months, we've seen some mixture of Kevin and Sammy against Judgment Day.
Wow, that's great.
It would be better if they did War Games the style of the Ultimate Warrior one, where it was 3 teams or 4 teams, whatever. It was like WCW versus NWO versus NWO Wolfpack.
They did that at NXT, remember?
Did they?
It was Roddy and Authors of Pain against.
No.
Yeah,
I think Kevin Owens. I know what you're talking about. I think it was Kevin Owens and Authors of Pain.
It was. I thought it was Roddy before he joined.
That's stupid. Why would
Before
they
he
do
joined
that?
Era, but it was Era. Authors of Pain.
Era was just 3-pack at the time.
And then it was like Kevin and somebody. It was like 3 to
Kevin
4
joined
teams,
it. I remember that.
Yeah, there wasn't Eric.
They were in cages.
Sanity was in
Sanity,
it.
yeah.
Sanity was in it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was Kevin and Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
I think it's Roddy
Maybe.
because that led to him joining the Era.
But they could do that where it's 3 teams of 3. Do Cena, AJ, and Cody.
I guess.
They have to win then.
Because it's supposed to be like Kevin doesn't trust Jay, but Sammy does. So there's that again.
And then obviously you have Judgment Day and then the Blood Alliance.
I love that you could anytime just pluck in that Kevin Owens might turn heel because he's just like a fucking asshole.
I mean, they've done it before.
Yeah. But it's always believable. Like, it's never like, oh, he's definitely going to, well, maybe he won't, well, but he could. Like, it's always a question of, yeah, you can see it happening.
Yeah.
And
because he's just, don't forget he's a prize fighter. And if he don't have belts, then what the fuck's the point?
this character's sort of like, well, I kind of like you, Sammy, but I don't really like anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, and I barely like you. Like,
It actually harpens back to Main Event Mafia and Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe was part of the front line, but didn't like anybody in the front line because he was still a heel. Front line was like AJ, Xavier,
Roode, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I don't think Bobby Roode was even in it. Yeah, it was like Kaz, Motor City, Eric Young. Everybody was faces.
they were supposed to be the
But
original.
the whole thing was that he didn't like Main Event Mafia. So, like, I don't
More-
like any
more
of
importantly,
you,
Kurt Angle.
but I don't like them even more. So I'm going to join you,
enemy of my enemy.
but still do heel shit.
That was
but the
face
machine
paint,
guns
right?
were also heels. So they were also doing heel shit. But it was like, well, but I still, like, fuck these guys. But we're still heels. It was a weird. That's why I don't like that. I don't know. Main Event Mafia was weird. It's a weird time in TNA for me.
yeah.
That was Face Paint Joe, wasn't it?
No, Face Paint Joe came after that. Big dick on his face Joe came after that.
That's Joe's going to kill you, right?
No,
With the
Joe's trying to
machete?
kill you as always. No, yeah, that was him like actually trying to kill people.
With the machete.
It wasn't even a machete. It was,
It's like a
Face
sword.
Paint was
Yeah.
tights, not the shorts.
Face Paint was a giant dick folding on his face. Like someone whipped it out, smacked him in the face with it, and just left the print on his fucking face. And hopefully he never hears this. I loved it, Joe. It was great shit. Such good shit, pal.
Hey, he's talked up your walk away from the turnbuckle spot. He loves it.
Yeah,
No, it's
They
smart.
go to
It's
jump
the
at
best.
you and he just walks away.
It's the best.
Like, nope.
Uh,
I think that match is great, but you've really just put all your stars in one match.
Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do for the rest of the show?
I mean, well, you'd have Seth. Seth would have a match.
What do you though?
Against who? Shinsuke again?
I think they're setting up Drew McIntyre. Drew's got a heel
Oh,
turn
I
coming.
didn't know
Drew's,
that.
yeah, Drew's
Okay.
turning heel.
Okay.
Then you've got Gunther.
Again though, Seth and Drew.
You have Gunther. Put him, like you said, have him and Gable go for like
Seth
20
Rollins
minutes.
please get released so he can go and have all these
Tyler
fucking
Black.
dream matches.
Before he's 45 and 50 and too old. Do it
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Exactly.
And then
Release him
Ray-
now. He can't be hurting for money. He's got to be cool. And
Well, Becky can support him.
but like they don't have like wrestlers today. I think are so much better off because they're not fucking smoking, snorting, or popping
Yeah.
their money. You know, so
Or boozing
I
it.
think
or
they're okay.
ring rats. Or
I'm pretty sure Seth is going to be fine no matter what happens if he gets fired right now and never works another day in his life. I think he'd be fine. But
him and Becky can both go and go after those mixed tag
I don't give a
belts.
shit about Becky going anywhere. I think her best place is in WWE because she makes the best out of girls that aren't at that caliber. Look at what she's doing in NXT. She's doing the Finn Balor thing right now.
I think Bailey should go.
Why?
hasn't-
Because you want her to go tag with Sasha?
No, I just
Mercedes Monet.
I feel like she's better than what they're using. her
So who
for.
shows up? Who ends up at Impact out of the releases?
I can see
Mansoor and Mace, yeah. Who shows up at AEW? Dolph and Shelton if they're smart.
Ali and AEW would be
I want Ali to go to New Japan.
that can be the new 205.
Come on, could you imagine Ali joining United Empire?
I think Elias would do well.
in Impact.
You understand? Like the whole thing is like United Empire. They're from here's some Australians and here's some Americans.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah, they
here's
don't
some,
have somebody from like
India.
Yeah.
You know?
Although he's technically from like Chicago.
Yeah.
He's just
whatever.
of
So is Jinder from Canada.
Canada, yeah. I know what Muhammad Hassan was.
Canadian.
He's
Yeah.
also Canadian. Yeah.
So
Now he's like a teacher.
speaking of
Oh, Jackson Riker. Did you hear he's a fucking cop now? Fuck you, you
sheriff, yeah.
racist piece of shit. Fuck off.
he got his other two guys fired. They just got on TV, the Forgotten Sons. He what did he tweet out
Now
something
he's a cop.
stupid?
Now no, that guy's definitely not going to shoot a black guy for no fucking reason. Yeah, that's the guy you want fucking protecting and serving. You fucking racist piece of shit.
Isn't he like a southern city border?
I don't know where
He probably could shoot a black guy and
Oh
get
yeah,
away
of
with
course.
it.
Of
Like,
course. Why would you
that's
give that
fine.
guy a
I
badge?
feel like it's in like Kentucky or
That's
something.
Well,
so
yeah, then no
fucking.
problem.
Why would you give him a badge? Why would you give him any authority? He's proven that he's racist. Why would you give him authority?
Where do you think? Well, not that he got released, but Sam Callahan is like a free agent.
He's going to be a free agent.
He was in WWE before as what Alistair Crow
I
or
don't think
whatever.
It'd
he's
be
gonna
cool
go-
if he. Yeah, and
Solomon Crow.
Solomon Crow,
Crow.
yeah, not Alistair.
But NXT never main roster.
No, and I don't think he needs to go to WWE. I mean, obviously for the money, I'd love to see him go to WWE.
What is
but
that? Everyone-
coolest thing would be go to AEW because him and Moxley can be Switchblade Conspiracy once again. They did it
That would
once.
be fucking
They did it once. They did a reunion once somewhere. It was like House of Glory or something. It wasn't even Impact.
I mean, Sammy's been doing deathmatch shit on Impact too. So.
Technically, though, it's not a Switchblade Conspiracy reunion without Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy was the forgotten member of Switchblade. He was a fucking kid. I mean, Sammy was a kid. They were all kids, but Joe Gacy was like 18. He was fresh in the business. He was just their mouthpiece, their lackey.
Oh,
Yeah. Tell you, I've been watching Joe Gacy for a really long fucking time.
but most people wouldn't get that reference, like you would,
No.
but the casual fan wouldn't.
I don't know. There's people that'll pop for a Switchblade Conspiracy, especially if like
They'd pop for
Sammy
Sam Callahan.
Yeah, especially if like he shows up to help Mox win a match, like lights go out type thing. I think the big Switchblade Conspiracy, you'll get a pop, especially if they do it in Ohio. That's where they're both from.
If he comes to WWE, does he? I probably guess won't be Sam Callahan. Is that his real name?
No, if he goes to WWE, he'd be Solomon Crow again, I assume.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So I've really been slacking on this, but I want to send a thank you to our sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Nitro Power, Say Cheese, and Rise Up Nutrition. All small businesses in West Reading over on Penn Ave. Definitely recommend stopping by for some great food and drinks. Also, we're going to have a new sponsor for 2024, Symbiote Collectibles.
One of my favorite stores. It's where I first, when they were on their old location, before they were on Penn Avenue, they were off Penn Avenue, is where I bought a Chris Benoit figure. I walked in one day after work because it's right down the street from where I work, and I was just looking around. I saw Chris Benoit figures. Like, I'm fucking buying that. And then I found out I got 10% off because of where I worked.
If you watched
It's
our
a smaller store then. Yeah.
if you watched our vlog from RetroCon,
It's where the tattoo place is now.
Yeah, it was right around the
Yeah.
corner from where they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you watched our RetroCon vlog, Max.
Yeah, Max was like one of the first people we saw that.
Yeah, it's funny too
And
because he was like,
I
wonder
literally
if Max is
walked
going to be
in.
here.
We were in front of his stand, technically, but we didn't realize it. And I said, "Oh, I wonder if Max is here from Symbiote because he usually comes to these." So then we look at stuff on the left, turn around, go to the right, and he sees Max's card game that he made, Fight a Bear.
Fight-A-Bear, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, they have Fight a Bear," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Max. That's Symbiote's place."
Symbiote Collectibles is also located on Penn Ave. They have anything from candy.
Oh my god! Anything
Star
retro.
Wars,
It's
like,
Pops.
fucking toy
Toys.
store for adults
They
and
also-
kids because my stepkids love going there.
They
It's a
also
cool
do
store.
gaming tournaments.
Super cool
Like they
store.
do tournaments.
Pokemon, I don't know, Digimon.
Smash Bros.
Sure. Oh, like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a very.
I know
cool
they do
place.
card stuff. I know they do card game stuff.
If you collect, stop by. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Vintage stuff.
Always new stuff. They just sold a Volkswagen Bug vintage.
It was like
I assume it's Hot Wheels.
like a pink. Yeah.
$500. We are in the wrong business. Fuck wrestling fans. We need to get car fans.
And then I also want to send a huge appreciation, thank you to Jesus Rodriguez. He's always been so appreciative of us. He's doing great things with his school, Three Legacies Wrestling. Always puts on great shows. We're happy to be a part of what he has here in Pennsylvania. So thank you. If you want to be a professional wrestler, I definitely recommend going to
Three Legacies.
Three Legacies.
He's just an all-around good guy.
Yeah, he's so, everything about him is just positive.
And the people he surrounds himself with, Chris and the other guy,
and Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
Chris and Jesus are both recovering, so they're going strong. I think I can't remember the exact. Jesus is what, 4 years?
It was pandemic that he got clean.
So 3 or 4 years. Yeah. So big congratulations on that, man. Keep working at it. Just a lot of great things coming from Pennsylvania wrestling in general.
And wrestling, it's fucking hot, man.
I can't wait to see where all these free agents are going to end up. Great time to be a wrestling fan this weekend. NXT has a pay-per-view.
And AEW
Wrestle Dream, a new one.
We don't know what it is yet because we're recording on Wednesday. We don't know all the matches announced for it, so I'm sure they'll be adding shit Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah. But Wrestle Dream looks like it'll be somewhat similar to
Zack Sabre and Brian. That's the big one.
That has to be main event.
Yeah.
That has to be. You can't top that.
You can. If it would have been Brian and Ospreay.
Yeah.
That's the top. That's the second best.
But just enjoy wrestling. It's as hot as it ever will be. Get out there, go to some live shows, some independent shows. Support your friends. You'll never know where they'll show up. See you next week.
Later.